So what do I mean by certain dynamics out here? Make sure you got your priorities, your situation in order before you come out here. Meaning, if you got kids, you might want to have that talk with your daughter, your son, mom, and let her know, like, yo, I'm gonna be gone for like 4 or 6 weeks, maybe 2 months at a time. Make sure you got rent. I still had my bills due. I still had rent due. I still had my car note, car insurance, phone bill, just all these other bills. You gotta think about that. As far as being OTR, how long should you do it? You gotta think, the more you out here, the more you're secluded to that truck. You can't just sit in a truck, drive for 8, 9, 10 hours, park, eat, go to sleep, wake up. If you do that 4 weeks out of a month, 2 weeks, if you keep doing that, bro, you're gonna be antisocial. Like, you can't just come out here and just cut everybody off, intentionally or not intentional. People really care. They want to know what's up with you. So if you're not tapping in, all right, yeah, life still goes on. So you out here, you making your money, yeah, that's good. You living your best life, yeah, that's good. But what happened when times ain't so sweet? You feel what I'm saying? And you really need somebody to talk to, or ask for a favor, or just not even a favor, just have somebody to talk to. I mean, when you're going through something.
Go your father now.
All right, y'all, tapping back in. I ain't been in this spot in a minute. I don't know if y'all can recognize. Let me see if y'all recognize it. This from like my earlier videos and whatnot. But I'm at the casino in Kansas City. I ain't stopping this joint in a minute. But I must have drove like 10 hours a day, so I'm dumb tired. I still got like 4 hours to go, but at least this was on the way, so I can wake up in the morning, you know, drive a little funky 4 hours, drop this little early Wednesday, and you know, keep it moving and all that. But yeah, on the ride down here, I was watching a couple YouTube videos, and I don't know if y'all heard, but did y'all hear about this Prime driver that went missing? I think he went missing sometime in June, like June 13th. He was up in like Maryland somewhere at a Smithfield, so I'm assuming he like a reefer driver, and he was delivering to the Smithfield in Maryland. He parks his trailer, he parks his truck rather, and next thing you know, they don't hear from him for a whole month. But his 2 phones was left in the truck, keys still in the ignition. So we trying to figure out, number one, where could he have went? Some people are saying he might have had a mental illness, or he might have had a mental illness or something like that. He might have maybe wandered into the woods. Some people think he was out here tricking. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but he might have been out here tricking, and something went left and they tried to rob him, or who knows. But the second main thing is how on the hush it is. Like, honestly, I'm starting to see more videos now, because you know how once you find something, then the related videos pop up, and then more and more stuff start popping up. But before that, I ain't get no messages from like Prime. I ain't see it in the newsletters, or I doubt they talked about it at the safety meeting on Friday. So that was a little wild though. That was a little wild. But shout out to him. Hopefully everything work out for him. Like I said, it's been a month, so I mean, hopefully they find him. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but you know, prayers to him. But the point of this segment, what I wanted to talk about, is running it back. I was watching, and I apologize, I can't remember your name right now, the name of your YouTube channel. I think it might be like Richie Rich or something like that though. But he was talking about trucking and mental health, and he started breaking down some key points, a lot of key points that, you know, a lot of people don't think about. Hence the title of my video, do you think you should stay OTR long term? Or like, how long should you stay out here? Now everybody gonna have their own answer, but I'm gonna just give my perspective on it, because I mean, like I said, the money is good out here, but it's a lot of other things that come with it, especially if you got kids in the mix, and it's a lot of whole other dynamics to it than just, you know, we out here getting money. So give me 1 second. All right, y'all, so tapping back in. So what do I mean by certain dynamics out here? So the first thing is, before you even come out here, make sure you got your priorities, your situation in order. before you come out here. Meaning, if you got kids, you might want to have that talk with your daughter, your son, mom, and let her know, like, yo, I'm gonna be gone for like 4 or 6 weeks, maybe 2 months at a time. What that's gonna look like. Obviously, that's more pressure on her because you're not around. But then on the same token, let her know, like, yeah, I'm gonna be sending that money home, even though money don't replace time spent. But you out here for a purpose, so have them type of conversations before you come out here. Another aspect is make sure you got rent. Like when I first came out here, I went to Piston for my orientation. I still had my bills due. I still had rent due. I still had my car note, car insurance, phone bill, just all these other bills. You gotta think about that, and that's one of the beauties of Prime, I'll say. That's a plus for Prime. Soon as you pass orientation, as long as you check out, you getting paid. Now, you're not getting paid much, but you are getting some type of income, in your bank account every week. I think it's $250. It might be more than that though. I might be tripping, but I think it's like $250. But you got to make sure you pass orientation. So when you come out here, background checks matter. When you coming out here, work history, that's like the main thing. You can't be just putting anything on the application. Y'all worked here, but your dates don't add up, or you put in a job that you worked at, but the number don't work, so they can't even call employer to verify that you work there. That's going to either get you sent home, or that's going, lengthen your process, and that's just, time spent not getting no money. So just have stuff in order like that before you come out here, because when you come out here, you want your process to be smooth. You feel what I'm saying? You want to be able to do your 3 days of orientation, get that badge so you can go to PSD. Once you get the PSD, now you're making money. Like I said, it might be $250. Look on Prime website though, because it might have changed or I might be off. But I'm thinking it's like $250 every week until you get that CDL. And then once you pass your CDL test, then that's when you're eligible for I think it's like $900 a week. They might have changed. I know they changed it a little bit, but you'll be eligible for that $900 a week in a matter of 3 weeks. Now you're rolling. At least, you're getting something. So stuff like that you want to think of. Another dynamic to it, as far as is being OTR, how long should you do it? You got to think, the more you out here, the more you're secluded to that truck, right? Now, if you somebody like me, I make it an effort, number one, because I just don't like sitting in the truck all day, every day. But you can't just sit in the truck, drive for 8, 9, 10 hours, park, eat, go to sleep, wake up. If you do that 4 weeks out of a month, 2 weeks, if you keep doing that, bro, you're going to be antisocial. Like, you just going, and you might not be able to peep it, and I know I seen a couple of videos on this before I came out here, but people would say like, yeah, a lot of truckers, they so used to just driving, sleeping, wake up, not really interacting with nobody, maybe a shipper 2 times, 3 times a week. But outside of that, you're not having no real interaction with people. That'll start to show more than you know. And it's like, all right, now you're becoming a whole weirdo out here because you're not used to dealing with people. So that's a major thing, because when you come off the road, then you have to readjust to how to deal with people and all this other stuff. So, it will take a toll on your social life. Also, relationships. Now, I'm one for cutting off any relationship that ain't beneficial. If y'all saw my last video, I told y'all, a lot of people I was really dealing with before I came out here, I don't even deal with them no more. So that's a plus. But at the same time, I make it an effort to nurture the relationships I deem beneficial and worthy. You feel what I'm saying? So that just means calling on your folks, calling my sister, calling my daughter every day, my mom, my pop, certain friends I still do choose to interact with. That matters, because you can't just come out here and just cut everybody off, intentionally or not intentional. But people really care. They want to know what's up with you. So if you're not tapping in, life still goes on. So you out here, you making your money, yeah, that's good. You living your best life, yeah, that's good. But what happened when times ain't so sweet? You feel what I'm saying? And you really need somebody to talk to, or ask for a favor, or just not even a favor, just have somebody to talk to. When you're going through something, but you ain't called them in like 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, they like, damn, bro, where you been at? What happened? Like, I mean, I thought we was locked in. All of a sudden, you just disappear. You go MIA. So relationships is another thing. When you come out here, relationships definitely will suffer. The people that's meant to be in your life and that want to be in your life, they will understand. But at the same time, just because you out on the road, it don't exclude you. Did I say that right? It don't exclude you from your friend obligation. If you a real friend, it don't matter what you got going on. I don't care if you 1,000 miles away. You got to tap in back home, make sure these people's is good. So just little stuff like that, all that stuff matter. And if you ask me, I say like 2 years. I say like 2 years max, right? I say like 2 years max. If you ask me, I say like 2 years max, bro. 2 years max. Be out here grinding. Let me put this up. 2 years max, grinding. Doing everything I said though. Like within those 2 years, you still coming home. When you come home, you tapping in. If it's somebody you really care about, all right, well, yeah, their birthday coming up in 2 months. You making an effort to say, yo, all right, I'm coming home this date so I can be here for such and such birthday. Like, it's really stuff you got to do. Because if not, you'll just be out here state to state, coast to coast. Yeah, you making money, but your relationships is deteriorating. Now, obviously, mom, dad, you know, family, they going to still stick with you if y'all got that type of relationship. But I'm talking about friends, like real friends. You can't just neglect what you got going on back home because you out here now, you touching a certain type of money. You feel what I'm saying? So it's real important. I say like 2 years, stack up enough money, and then you might want to look at coming local. Now me, I'm not doing I ain't gonna say that. I don't know. I ain't gonna say I'm not doing 2 years, but the plan I got in my head don't require 2 years. Now, your plan might be different from mine. You might be, I don't know what you're trying to do, but you mean your plan might be different where it calls for 2 years. My plan, fortunately, for me, doesn't call for 2 years. I'm getting right back home, changing my environment though, because that's one thing trucking will allow you to do. Like, you know, I'm from Philly, and right now I'm keeping it bean. I'm in the trenches still. When I first came out here, I was in the trenches. Now I didn't sign my new lease, but when I come back home, I plan on signing a new lease in a different part of, I'm not even gonna be in Philadelphia. I would be like a little bit outside of Philly, but it gave me the opportunity to change my surroundings, basically. Remember I talked about in my last video, environment is key. Environment is definitely key. So have your plan in order before you come out here, execute it, and stick to the script. In my opinion, you don't want to be out here 2-3 years, and not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but I just be, you know, peeping little truckers when I'm at these truck stops, and just how weird they are. Not everybody, because I met some cool dudes out here too. Most of the time, it's like people my age. I'm 30, so people like 30, 29, 28, younger, all right, they on point. They still tapped in with reality. But a lot of these old drivers, like 45, 50, 60, not all of them, because I definitely met some thorough old heads too that gave me some real game. But a lot of them, I don't know, they just seem like out of touch with reality. They let themselves go. Now they all fat. They got the gut. They smoking while they, like, it's, you just can see the unhealthiness all on their auras. Like, it's not thorough. It's not thorough. So yes, trucking can make you a lot of money, but at the same time, trucking can definitely require a lot of sacrifice, especially if you got a lady that you liking. Chalk that, bro. Chalk that. Like, relationships, it's gonna be a stressor on a relationship. You got kids, especially young kids. They're not gonna see you as much. Like, it's too much stuff that can happen. Like, you might think 1 year, 2 years, not a long time, but a lot can change in 2 years. So that's my advice. And as far as with the guy I was watching on YouTube, I'm assuming his name is Richie Rich. I really hate to body his name like that, but I'm assuming it's Richie Rich. But he was just talking about mental health. And one thing he said was, a lot of people don't discover they got mental health issues until the ages of 30 to 45. And one thing that exaggerates that is when you out here alone, driving constantly, and you ain't got nothing but you and your thoughts. All you doing is thinking all day. So you might be thinking about the worst shit that done happened to you, just all negative thoughts. And that could push a lot of people over the edge. Hence the back to where they was talking about the guy that went missing. I know a couple people speculated that he might have had mental issues. He couldn't take it, and he just, I don't know, wandered off into the woods or whatever, because it's like a real wooded area apparently where the shipper was. He just wandered off into the woods, and he succumbed to the elements, exposure. Or he might have stepped out the truck, fell. Nobody knows what's really going on with him. But speaking on that specific video, mental health is definitely real out here. Me, myself, I have definitely met a lot of people that just like, you ain't right, bro. Like, I'm talking to you. So the initial conversation, it start off cool, like, all right, normal conversation. But the more I talk to you, it's like, you ain't really got it all there. Like, you know, it's just, yeah. So the moral of the story is, bro, have a goal for you come out here. Don't be one of them guys that's, and if you are one of them guys that's down here 10 years, that might be your plan. So I'm not saying it's really an expiration date on trucking. Whatever fits you. But I'm just telling you, if you one of them people that have family, daughter, you value relationships, don't stay out here all these 4 or 5 years, because a lot of stuff is going to change back home while you out here. And you changing too. So that's just me, my word of advice. But outside of that, another dynamic when you come out here is, depending on where you come from, and I hate to keep saying depending on where you come from, inner city type what, but depending on where you come from, for me, example, I always like to use me. I don't like to tell nobody else what to do. I always use myself as an example. So me, I come from Philly. To me, that's the trenches. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's worse spots, but me, that's the trenches, right? So when you start going to different spots, like certain parts of Tennessee, certain parts down south, just wherever you at, nicer environments, you tend to let your guard down, right? But you gotta understand, it's predators everywhere. It's people scheming everywhere. So just like that last video I told y'all, I'm in Springfield. When I first came down to Springfield, Missouri, I'm like, oh yeah, this is sweet. Like ain't nothing really popping off out here. I'm walking freely. But then I told y'all I got these two weirdos, yo, let me use your phone, let me use your phone. Now I seen a couple people in the comments, they were saying like, yo, they was probably trying to use your phone to send some Cash App shit real quick. You mean just cash them out? It's always somebody, no matter which states you go to, no matter what part of the world you're in, it's always going to be somebody that's trying to scheme, get over. People got vices, people got ill intentions. Like, same boy I was talking about the video, he's telling me how he, well not telling me, but he was talking about in his video how he was somewhere, one of these truck stops, and I'm not homophobic by any means, but he walking into the fuel stop, and some tranny just come out of nowhere and give him a weird ass proposition like, yo, you mean some stuff that he just wasn't on. It's really people like that out here. So you just gotta, watch who you dealing with, keep your head on the swivel. Like, keep in mind that you still out here in the world. Everybody not on your same type of time. So yeah, you might be in a clear mind because you might have left your environment, but also you're walking into somebody else's environment too. And they might not be on the same wave and they might have ill intentions. So just, keep your head on the swivel. Don't be parking all these sketchy places because people will rob you out here too. That's another thing. The dark side of trucking. People will rob you out here. And that's one of the things that video definitely opened my eyes to. It's definitely a dark side of trucking. More so for the females. A lot of sex trafficking going on. People robbing truckers because they know we got it. Everybody know truckers get money. So of course you will walk and lick anyway. So you pulling up to these certain fuel stops, certain areas, and like you really a target. So you just got to keep in mind stuff like that. The goal is to make money and make it back to your loved ones. So that's what I got from that video that I was watching. Like I said, prayers to the guy family that went missing. Hopefully they find them. But man, just watch your body out here, man. Get your money. Definitely grow while you out here, because at the same time I do feel like the alone time is beneficial. At least for me right now, this alone time is what I needed. Putting things in perspective. I got a break from my environment, so it definitely could be a positive thing. But you definitely got to just be intentional about it. You definitely got to be intentional about it. But yeah, I'm about to go ahead and cook this meal. One of these days, I'm gonna drop a video about how I be cooking up, because I be whipping up some stuff, bro. I definitely be whipping up some stuff in here. Prime rib, beef ribs, barbecue chicken. I be going in. So I'm gonna definitely have to drop a video on that, how I be cooking. But yeah, I'm about to get in here, make some grub, go to sleep. Like I said, I gotta wake up early, 4-hour drive, drop this load, and then we gonna start this new week. So I'm gonna tap in with y'all. Y'all be safe. All right, y'all. I am back here in, where am I at? Aurora, Nebraska. Just connected to this dirty trailer. We gonna see. Yeah, that bar is definitely across, so I'm definitely hooked up, so that's good money. I'm about to go ahead and connect these hoses. But yeah, this drop did not go as bad as I thought it would. For those that are that's in tanker, and y'all you know, if y'all ever been to Aurora, Nebraska, y'all already know this wait time can get a little crazy. But luckily I was able to get in and out. Look at me trying to hold the phone and connect. We got it. Luckily I was able to be in and out, so you know, that's all love. As long as I ain't sitting around waiting, I'm cool, I'm happy. So I was able to get here, drop my load, keep it pushing. You gotta get husky with these joints every time. Alright, so that's good. Check that, make sure that's joint good. I'm gonna go under here. Crank that bad boy up. Crank that soda boy. There you go. So yeah, they gave me another load. That shit is for $200. So that's something new. We gonna see what this joint here for. Let me crank this joint up and I'm gonna tap back in with y'all. $200 though. Damn, I didn't even see that. That's crazy. Somebody done dropped the trailer. Somebody start acting crazy. Ooh. See that shit? I ain't never see that up close. That's wild. That's wild. But yeah, $200, man. I'm about to see. It's like that. I'm gonna probably have to put, cause I need fuel. I'm gonna probably have to put more than $200 just to get the tank washer and pick it up. So I don't know how this about to work. We about to see. More than likely he gonna tell me that's all we got. That's their favorite line, or that's all we got right now. That's the best I can do right now. But I'm like, no, you can do better than $200, bro. But yeah, we gonna see. I'm about to tap in with y'all. All right, y'all. So tapping back in. I'm at the Loves, somewhere in Nebraska. So I took my shower for the night. So I'm chilling for the rest of the day, man. I'm chilling for the rest of the day. But I finally did get to the bottom of what that whole $200 load was. I'm gonna put that up there just in case it ever happened to y'all. Cause they sent me a load picking up in Nebraska and it's only going to Iowa. I think it's about maybe 400 and something odd miles. But yet it's not a lot of miles, but I still felt like when I seen the load revenue, it was only giving me like $70 for the line haul and like $100 some odd for the fuel surcharge. So I'm thinking in my head like, no, this can't be right. This can't be right. I'm gonna wind up losing money because I gotta fill up. I gotta put more than $100 in there to make it. I mean, it just didn't make sense. And then I still gotta go to the tank wash on top of that. So I wound up calling my trainer first. And I'm like, yo, do this sound right to you? Like, I'm about to reject this load. Like, you ever took this or they ever tried to spring this on you? And that's when he gave me the info, like, yeah, I took that same load, and really what it is, it's a typo, but the load pays like a $1,300, $1,400 something odd dollars, but it always come through as $200. So your best bet is to call your call the dispatcher and talk to him. So you know that's what I did. I hopped on the phone, got talked to the dispatcher. Well, I didn't even talk. I didn't even call him. I sent him a message. And he assured me like, oh yeah, that's a typo. The load pays X amount of dollars. You good? It's a good load. Just if you could take it for me, I appreciate it. So yeah, I only took it, and it still is a relatively low paying load. I think I only pay like $1,300, but it's only going to take me. I could really pick it up and drop it off the same day, but unfortunately the shipper don't take early loads, so I'm gonna have to pick it up tomorrow and then drop it first thing in the morning. But I mean, that's something small. It's beginning of the week. Pick it up Thursday, drop it off early Friday. Hopefully I can get another load on Friday. So it's looking like I'm gonna get at least 3 loads, maybe 4 loads in for this pay period. Who knows though? But yeah, we got to the bottom of that, and I was a little nervous. Like, yo, you trying to play me right now? Why you trying to? Give me this load for $200? But yeah, we got to the bottom of that. So yeah, the rest of the night I'm gonna probably just chill. I was able to drop that load off with no problem. Like I told y'all, that particular receiver, for some reason they take forever. You'll get there. Sometimes they talk about some, yo, we can't unload you for another 2 days. So sometimes you might have to just sit 2 days, find something to do, and it's in the middle of nowhere. Like, you know, Nebraska, they do have some stuff, but in this particular part, I think it's Aurora, Nebraska, they have nothing out here. So it's like pretty much just sitting in there for 2 days, just rocking out. So I'm glad I was able to just pick that load up, drop it, spent like maybe 10 minutes in that whole receiver, rolled out. Came over here, tank washed right across the street from the Loves, got washed out. Came over here to the Loves, was lucky enough to find parking because it was so early, it was like 1:30. Took my shower, cleaned my truck out, so now I'm about to probably cook something, fall back. Now I probably could have washed out, made it to the 90 or made it close to the, well, not the 90. I could have made it close to the 01, but I ain't feel like killing myself. I'm only an hour away, so I said I'm gonna just stop here, wake up early in the morning, get there as soon as they open, pick that load up, and you know, drive, probably park up somewhere, deliver that thing first thing in the morning. So yeah, we good, man. Well, yeah, I'm in the video here though, but just hopefully y'all kind of took something from the middle of the video, and I was just talking about, you know, some key points to think about when you coming out here or how long you stay out here. Definitely not trying to discourage nobody. And at the end of the day, if you want to stay out here, what, 5 years, 6 years? I know people that did that too. And I mean, from Prime, they started fleets, so now they got 3-4 trucks. They got people driving for them. So I'm not saying that to discourage nobody, but also mental health is a major issue out here. Like, it's a lot of truckers, they be finding dead in their truck. It's a lot of stuff you don't hear about because basically, and this going back to the video, even though I said I'm in the video, but this is the last thing. This goes back to the video I was just watching a couple days ago. It's a lot of stuff that be happening out here to these truckers that you don't hear about, never makes the news, or maybe it does make the news, but say something happened in Wisconsin, you always in Chicago, you're not gonna hear about it on your local news, but it's always stuff happening to truckers. They'll find them in their truck dead. They've been dead for like a week, 2 weeks. Nobody heard from them, but nobody knew they was dead inside their truck. Like I said, just people sex trafficking, people getting kidnapped. That's a lot of stuff that happen that you just don't hear about. And of course, the truck driving companies, mega carriers, they're not going to advertise it because they need drivers, so they don't want to scare y'all away, or they don't want to be liable. You know, they don't want to be liable for none of that stuff. So I'm not saying that to scare y'all at all. I'm just letting y'all know, have a purpose when you come out here. Have your mind on straight. Don't be getting in a little freaky stuff that you ain't really supposed to be doing, because that's how it all happened. Like, that's like the gateway. You see a little chick, you think you about to do whatever, and then she lying you. You ain't had no business out there anyway. This not your city. This not your neighborhood. You don't know how they play out here. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say on that. But if that's your dream, if that's your goal, bro, by any means, rock out. It's a lot of money out here, but you know, it's just other alternatives to this trucking. Like Prime, OCR is just one aspect. You got regional, you got local. Like, I mean, you got to do what work for you. You got to do what work for your lifestyle. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna holler at y'all in the next video. Y'all drive safe, get to the money, and I'm gonna see y'all.